Good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I'm having a great day today. Been a little slow this week job-wise, and actually our partners throughout the country have been a bit on the slow side too. So I'm not exactly sure why. I can tell you stuff like that occurs periodically. You'll drive yourself crazy if you ever try and figure out why, unless it's a completely obvious reason. If it's been rainy several days in a row, you're generally going to be slow. It is rainy now, but I don't believe that's the reason we've been slower. I think just people for some reason aren't calling, but that means the business will likely be coming. Today I've been busy looking at different office spaces to move our head offices to. We're going to leave our junk removal operations at our current location. We've got a great shop we have access to. It's at a great location drive-wise and everything, but what we're doing is we're looking for main office space. We're going to move the Junk Doctor's business office, and we're going to combine it with a JRA business office. And what we're doing is we're actually getting an office space. We're looking at office spaces a fair amount larger than what we currently need. And the reason that we're doing that is we plan on growing into those spaces. But it does scare you a little bit because the rent on those spaces, is $3,000 a month, something like that. So, we might have, it'll be 6-7 offices, individual offices, plus a large area for our call center is what we're looking to get. And we don't require that much space now. So why are we going out and getting it? Well, one, generally these places are going to require at least a 3-year lease. So you want to leave some room to grow. And the other reason is it gives, again, I've spoken about this before, all of a sudden we've got a $3,000 rent payment we got to make sure we can make. And I know we can make it right now, but we don't want to take a huge hit in our profit margins. We want to be able to recoup that rent and then plus some. So what does that mean? That means we got to partner with more people in JRA. We're making a commitment. And that's what I really have found has helped me out a lot in our business. As soon as we've proven a concept, like we've got a lot of interest in JRA, we've got a few partners we're working with, I'm 100% confident that this is going to go well. So we're making that next step. We are allowing us to get an office space big enough for a good sized call center and big enough to bring all of our advertising personnel, the call center personnel, and then consultants. Right now it's mainly me and then Christian on the demolition end of things. But we're able to get all of that under one roof in this particular office space. We're making a commitment. These are positions we hadn't even necessarily hired for yet. So we're making a commitment to grow. So we're forcing ourselves. We're making us feel a little desperate. We're making sure you get too comfortable. I've spoken about this before. If you get too comfortable, that's when you quit growing. So we're putting us in a position to get a little scared. We don't want to take a hit. We don't want to take a $3,000 a month hit on the profit margins. So we're going to be a little scared when we rent this office, but that's going to make us hustle more, provide better value, making sure what we're doing is really, really, really improving everybody's business that we work with. That way they continue to use us. Because if they use us for a couple months or month 2, 6 months, whatever, and then they no longer want to use our services, we still got that $3,000 a month payment to make on that rent. We've got expenses to make. We've got to make sure everything we do for everybody is quality and they want to continue using us. Unlike a franchise, people are not tied in to having to pay us every month. So we're going out, we're committing ourselves by getting that office space at $3,000 a month, and we best damn better well make sure we're providing a good enough service and we're reaching enough people to make that payment. Otherwise, we're going to it's going to be a huge hit on the amount of money we make this year. So we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that we fill up that office as quick as we can, that we're needing more space as soon as possible. And that'll present another problem. So then we got, problems. That would be a good problem, though. If we had a problem that we outgrew this office and we were faced with paying a couple years at $3,000 a month while we moved our entire operation somewhere else, we could sublease it, maybe. They allow sublease it. Maybe we could sublease it. That would be a problem we'd want to have. I want to fill up. I want me to be looking for another office space in 3, 4, 5, 6 months. That's a problem we want. I don't think that's going to happen. But if we get that problem, that's a problem I'm going to celebrate. That's a good problem. But guys, I'm telling you, make a commitment. Now, don't go out and blindly I wouldn't recommend you going out and getting a 10,000 square foot warehouse unless you get a hell of a deal on it. 10,000 square foot warehouse so you can sell stuff that you get from your junk removal jobs and do a better job sorting and all like that. Prove it first. So start out with a 3,000 square foot warehouse, or start out with pods wherever your location is. If you're doing it in your house, start out something small. As soon as you get confirmation that idea works, freaking just pour everything you got into it and expand like crazy. If you stay small, you stay comfortable, then that's what you're going to stay, is small. You got to get out of your comfort zone. You got to get a little scared. I always want to operate a bit scared. I'm always operating a bit scared. That pushes me to make sure that I'm doing as much as I can to reach as many people as I possibly can, do as good of a job as we possibly can. Guys, commit. You've got to make a commitment. If you're afraid to spend money, you're not committing yourself. That's like, we've had some people approach us trying to work out some sort of a deal on a business package. We've got kind of a deal that's cheaper. You can do it about $16,000 bucks. And that's not all to us. That includes a down payment on a truck and a few other odds and ends. We can get you going. I don't really recommend that route though. I recommend the full route. That way you're fully prepared to get in that market. And the other thing is I want to make sure you're spending money up front, because if you don't spend money up front, you don't have that commitment where you're just going to see it through come hell or high water. And there is going to be some tough times in your business. If you dabble, if you're a dabbler, if you get in super cheap, as soon as the going gets tough, you get the hell out. Whereas if you've made that commitment, you're going to be a lot more committed to seeing it through. If you spent $25,000, $30,000, $50,000, $100,000 to get something into place, you're probably going to really make sure you follow through and get it successful. So spending that initial money a lot of times will make you see yourself through all the way to the end. But if you dabble, dabblers get crushed. Commit yourself like we're doing on this office. Commit to whatever you're doing to expand your business. Get another truck. If you're close to needing another truck, get another truck. If your schedule's almost full, not completely full, but almost full, get you another truck, hire you some people, train them so they can get on the truck and start running another crew. Get that same day business. Make a commitment. If you don't make a commitment, you're never gonna up your game up. You're not gonna dabble your way into success in this business. You get started, you work hard, you fill your schedule up to about 3/4 of the way full, you get another truck, you get some team leaders that are trained up. As soon as you have 2-3 trucks running, you get the hell off the truck, and then at that point you start managing your business. And once you get to where you have 4 or 5 trucks, you hire another manager a lot of times. Oversee this junk removal operation. Why? Because we're going into another market, or we're adding another service. I'm not gonna stay the same size. You stay the same size, you're gonna die. You know, you're either growing or you're shrinking in business. It's one or the other. One or the other, guys. If you're afraid to grow, then you're going to shrink. You're eventually going to get burnt out if you're on the truck all the time, and your business is going to cease to exist. You're either growing or you're shrinking. It starts with a commitment. You make a commitment, and you're going to see levels of success you never dreamed possible. We'll talk to everybody real soon.